All right. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to a brand new week, a brand new trading week. You guys were awesome last week. I was watching the trading rooms last week with Ash. You guys were awesome. You guys were proper. Welcome to the brand new one. I'll be taking this week's trading rooms. I'm very excited. I've been seeing some new guys, some new names coming through. Looking at the chat right now, I can see Isham. I hope it's Isham. Isham, welcome. I can see Batical, Tanya, as always. The usual suspects are going to be back, of course. And if you're joining us for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and we welcome you to the community. All right, I go by the name of Tsepo. I've got my brother Ash, who you guys will see every now and then on our sessions. And yeah, welcome to the trading room. The first one for the week, a Monday 9:30 trading room. Just to remind you guys quickly, we've got trading rooms throughout the day. All right. The first one, of course, being this one at 9:30. The second one at 12. The third one at 3. And the last one for the day at 6 p.m. All right. So let's see what's going to happen this week. It's going to be a very busy week. It's going to be a very busy week this week. All right. I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm doing well. I'm recovering. I was away for a bit, but I'm back now. But yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Thank you for asking. All right. So we've got 19 people watching us live. We've got 7 likes. Please pump up the likes, guys. Right? Please like, please subscribe. Let's get the numbers. Let's get the numbers up. Right? We're aiming for 6,000 subscribers at least by the end of this week, if not this month. Right? Let's see how far we can go. All right. Like I said, welcome to the trading room. Before we get started, if you are new to our sessions, you want to open up an account with us. The links and everything is on the chat right now. All right. You can sign up for an account on the website on the chat. That is www.tdmarkets.com/so forth and so on. You know, you can also contact us. The contact details are on the chat. We've got the call, we've got the landline number, we've got the website, we've got the email address. So if you guys have any questions, any challenges, difficulties with your account, you can simply send us an email to care@tdmarkets.com. All right. It's a Monday. I think we're ready. We're ready with this one. Sam Holding, I can see you. Debato, I can see you. Good morning. All right. I hope you guys had a good weekend. All right. So let's get it started. Right. Of course, this is our website. You guys can simply head on to our website, look at the account types that we have for you guys. We've got different account types to cater and suit your needs. All right. So you can just have a look at that. To sign up for an account, it will just take you just a minute. Quick process, and then you'll be sorted. All right. And obviously, everything will be sent to you via email. We look forward to a productive week. That's right. All right. That's right. So just looking at the calendar, starting with the calendar quickly. We don't have anything significant today. All right. The important reports are going to start tomorrow. We've got the CPI report out of the US tomorrow. We are going to be doing a CPI session. All right. So tomorrow's session is going to be the CPI session. All right. So yeah, so we're going to have that. And of course, on Wednesday, we've got the inflation data, again, the PPI. We've got the Bank of Canada interest rates. And that's about it, right? But the markets will be watching the Fed chair testimony, right? Kevin Walsh will be testifying. So the markets will be watching and listening into the testimony. But yeah, so I think the headline for this week is the inflation data of the US, the testimony, as well as the Bank of Canada interest rates. All right. So today we don't have anything significant. It's the start of a new week. So we're going to start the session by doing analysis, seeing what we can get throughout the day. All right. Yeah, definitely. Please remember to like the channel. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. And if you are new, guys, right? If you are new, just tell us where you're connecting from. Right? I'm connecting from our office here in Joburg, our headquarters here in Joburg. But yeah, please let us know where you're connecting from. Keenan, I can see you. Good morning. All right. So obviously we're gonna go on for like an hour. I've got Caroline from Botswana. Definitely, we love Botswana, right? Trust me, we love Botswana. Botswana is a very nice country. We've been there before. I've been there before with Ash and the team. Botswana is a very nice country. Isham from Cape Town. Definitely. All right. There we go. All right. I think we're ready. I was looking at the charts. I was looking at the dollar last night and this morning. And we're gonna cover both our exchange, right? Our TDM exchange. We're gonna cover that as well as obviously our currencies. Particles from Ladysmith and KZN. All right, so we're gonna cover both the crypto in our exchange and also obviously the MetaTrader platform. All right, let me just do this. There we go. All right, so let's get it started, guys. All right, let's see what has happened last week, what is likely going to happen this week. Let me just do this. All right, now let us start with the DXY just to get the sense of the dollar. All right, just to get the sense of what the dollar could be doing for the rest of today. All right, so this is what we're seeing. All right, this is the structure we're seeing now. What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, all right, I'm just going to put or highlight a few structure we can see the DXY, will react from. Obviously, the DXY is bullish. That means the dollar's performance is bullish against other currencies, all right? So now the DXY, obviously, we can also see that from the DXY. Now, with the structure we see on the daily and the weekly time frame, the structure remains bullish as well. All right, so we can then anticipate the dollar to continue being bullish for this week unless it changes this whole structure altogether. But that doesn't seem likely at the moment because what we see right now is simply a correction. So if we can get the the dollar index breaking above this resistance, then we can definitely see it pushing all the way to 101.7. All right. We will be watching for this possibility today. All right. For maybe a stronger dollar today. Tomorrow, we've got inflation data coming out of the US. So the markets are going to be busy pricing in. In fact, let's do this. Let's first have a look at what the markets is expecting from the report. Okay, 3.8. So the yearly inflation print, markets are forecasting 3.8 from 4.2. Remember, the May's report went up, right, to 4.2. So markets are now anticipating 3.8 on the yearly inflation. And then you've got your core, obviously, which is 2.8, or they're anticipating 2.8. The core month on month, 0.2. Okay, no changes there. So I think the markets will be looking at that core CPI year on year, the CPI year on year, right? Maybe these two, right? If the core monthly print remains the same, then the focus will be on the core CPI year on year and the CPI year on year. Obviously, the yearly print is what the Fed is looking at. They are looking at a 2% target on the yearly print. So let's see what the core and this will come out as. All right. So going back to the DXY, let's go back to the DXY. There we go. So with the DXY here, guys, all right. So today we want to see a strong dollar today, right? We want to see a strong dollar. We want to see the DXY breaking above this resistance. Of course, also respecting this. This is where it is right now. All right. So what we want to see today, at least, what we want to see today, at least, is the DXY respecting this price level. I'm just going to put the price level there, respecting 100.7. Right. So this is today's candle. It hasn't closed, of course. This is the daily candle. So if it closes, not closes, but if it rejects, then we are looking at price pushing towards the upside. All right. So that is what we are focusing on from the DXY. We want to see the DXY rejecting 100.76 for us then to look for a bullish dollar, right? For the momentum to continue. And maybe we can take it all the way up to, perhaps all the way up to 101. 101. 101.2, maybe somewhere there, right? Yeah. So we are looking for a higher low. We are looking for a higher low somewhere here. So we're going to use this price 100.7, right? For price to reject. And then if it does that, then we're anticipating the DXY to go up, of which now, if you go and look at like your gold and the other dollar pairs, right? Let me open up gold here. Right. I know you guys have been looking at gold last week. Proper analysis. Gold reacted. It reacted. Ilam, we can see you. Good morning, Peter. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you guys for liking the session, right? Subscribing as well. So let's have a look at what gold is doing and what we can anticipate from gold today, right? At least today, or maybe just to set up the tone for this week. All right. Obviously, gold remains under pressure, especially if you look at this from the weekly, the daily standpoint. It's still under pressure, but it's trading around levels where we could see a reversal, right? Not sure when the reversal might come, but at the moment it's still under pressure. So we're gonna stick with the theme of it being under pressure. All right. So as we start this on the daily time frame, we're starting this on the daily time frame. All right. Now, gold is very interesting because where it came from, right? I remember last week when I was with you guys, we spoke about gold pushing towards the downside, right? Giving us maybe one more push up and then pushing towards the downside. So it is pushing towards the downside at the moment. And so we want to stick with the bearish theme here this week, right? So a couple of things we are watching out for here. Gold reacted to the zone. it reacted to the zone. We can see that's where we found the lower high. So this lower high is important to you and I right now, right? It's important to you and I. And then after that, we are seeing new structure being created with this second lower high, right? So you have this first lower high, you've got the second lower high. So definitely the structure is supported towards the downside. All right. Intel Kele, I can see you. All right. Let me just greet quickly here. Kele SA, good morning. Good morning. Intel V Pro, good morning. Shelly Shakes, good morning. Good morning. It's been a while since we saw you, Shelly. I hope you've been well. I hope you've been well, right? And all the ones that didn't greet, good morning. If you don't know me, I go by the name of Tsepo. You guys saw Ashley last week, and I'll be doing the sessions for this week, right? Excited to be with you guys. Let's see what is gonna happen this week, right? Nams, praise, I can see you guys. Good morning. Nams and praise, good morning. All right. So we're talking about gold. We want to see what gold is going to give us. All right. So just to give you guys a bit of an idea of how I look at the charts. All right. So the way I look at the charts, guys, I get my bias from the daily price action. So I would look at the daily time frame just to get the price action, and that's how I get my bias. So if we get our direction according to the daily price action, then we're going to monitor the lower time frames just to look for opportunities, of course. All right. And remember, a very important disclaimer here, right? Remember, what I'm discussing here is not advice, right? Get yourself a financial advisor, but what I'm discussing here is not advice. It's just my point of view, our point of view on how the market is doing and the probabilities of what it's going to do later on, right? Very important disclaimer there. So let's have a look at gold, right? So gold is still bearish. We are coming from that supply area and we are creating a bearish structure. All right. So it seems like, according to this price action, it seems like we're going to remain bearish. We want to see gold at least either coming back to this low, right? Coming back to this low or breaking this low, right? Looking at where it's coming from, going back down to this low, all right, which is around $4,020. Let's say $4,020. At the moment, it's on $4,059.60. So we're anticipating one more push towards the downside. All right. So the move has already started, though. We can see the move has already started. This happened when? This happened, I believe this was on Thursday, right? When you guys sold gold, right? I saw you guys sold gold. I believe this was Thursday. So we're going to continue with this momentum towards the downside, right, of the sell. We want to continue with the momentum of the sell. So the move has already started. All right. So let's see what is going to happen for this week as we look at the 1 hour chart. Okay. So at this point, there's nothing much to do at this point, right? If we can get a slight pullback, then we'll be able to find some decent opportunities on this one. All right. So at the moment, price is just falling. So I think, yeah, let's just give it an extra two or three candlesticks to form so that we can see if we're going to get a pullback. If we do get a pullback, then that's going to set up for a continuation, right? Something similar to this. You see what happened here? There was a pullback where you guys sold it. There was a pullback and then price fell. All right. So let's see if we can also get something similar there where we can get a pullback. And then I think there's going to be, just a few more pips to go towards the downside. All right. We want to see gold coming back down to this low. Right. And then from there, we'll see if it will continue pushing towards the downside. So for now, we're just going to stand by. On gold. The daily candle is still very much bearish. It opened extremely bearish. So we're going to monitor the lower time frames to see if there could be some sort of a pullback that we can use. All right. So anybody looking at gold, we're just going to stand by on this one. I want to also look at silver. All right. Whenever you look at gold, you must also look at silver, because these are commodities. They are positively correlated, right? They are positively correlated. So you might find that you are looking at gold, and then what you want to do is to look at silver to see if the direction aligned. If that's the case, then silver will tell you to continue looking at gold that way. So silver also, the silver structure also is very bearish, right? Look at the silver structure. It is also very bearish. And I think silver is going to be the winner for this week. If we can catch silver, it's going to be a winner for this week, because within this bearish structure, let me just do that. Within this bearish structure, right, we can see where it came from. It came from this structure here. That's where it basically rejected, right? So now, with it rejecting the structure, the next structure, according to the current MS we're seeing right now, is this one. So this is the previous lower low, all right? So we are within a bearish structure, all right? More especially below this line I'm drawing here on this previous structure. So we are seeing a bearish structure overall. So we want to see silver coming back down to 55.5, right? That low there. Let me just stretch this chart. There we go. Yeah, so we can see what it did around this level here, right? So it tried to push up, give us a rejection, right? The Friday's candle was indecisive, so now we are pushing down. So this bearish structure, we want to focus on some downside on this one. We want to focus on some downside. If you look at the 4 hour, right, the 4 hour is basically, the reason I'm saying that this could be a winner for this week is because of the 4 hour, right? This is how the 4 hour is looking. If we can get this break below, then we are looking at a sharp move back down to this low. So silver also one we're gonna keep a very close eye on. So we're just looking for a break. Below. All right. Let me just go back to the daily. Let's see. Let me just have a look at something quickly here. Yeah, I see some downside on silver. We just need to be a little bit patient with this one. All right. So at least today we want to see if we can get silver or gold some downside. At least there seems to be a bit of a pullback, a bit of a retracement on silver right now, right? There's some aggressive move towards the upside on silver. So waiting for it to give us this pullback and a continuation down. Gold, similar thing as well, right? Seems like we've got a bit of a pullback here. So silver, we, like I said, we're looking for a bit of downside. Although the move has already started, all right? The move started around here. So there was a trading opportunity here, somewhere around here, right? You would notice how price reacted. So the price rejected this zone twice, and then it broke structure towards the downside here. So this would have been your traditional simple break and retest, which would have offered you, a sell. So now at the moment, the move is already started. So usually when the move has begun and price has already gone, in that direction, and it's about to hit the next structure, trading opportunities around that area might be a little bit difficult to get, right? Some good trading opportunities with some good risk and reward ratio might be a little bit difficult to get, but we can still get a decent risk and reward ratio, maybe 1 to 2, 1 to 2, right? Normally I would target 1 to 3 at least, minimum 1 to 3, but at least we can maybe find 1 to 2 here. So the move has already started. So if we can get another correction here, right? Another correction, we're looking at a continuation, one more push down, right? Which is going to take us back to this low or even this low. We'll just have to wait and see, right? So this one on the watch list, we're going to keep it in our watch list together with gold. The gold also, remember where you guys sold gold last week? That's where the opportunity was. Where you guys sold, you sold gold somewhere here last week. That's where the opportunity was. All right. So it has already gone down. It has already gone down. So let's see. Maybe you can get some decent 1 to 2 risk and reward ratio around the zone. Around that zone, and then we can see if it's going to give us a good opportunity. All right. But yeah, so that's on the watch list for today. That is on the watch list for today. Right, that is on the watch list for today. Okay, so let's keep this on the watch list. Let me just check my watch list, how it is looking. Just give me 1 second here. All right. I'm just going through my watch list to see how it's looking. Yeah. Okay. Euro USD. There's something on Euro USD, in fact, right? There's something on Euro USD. While we're waiting for the dollar to resume its strength, Euro USD, there's something towards the upside. It can give us something to the upside, right? Short term towards the upside. Euro USD. There we go. This thing can give us one more push towards the upside. So this is how we're looking at Euro USD. All right. Yeah, I think this one, there is going to be something today towards the upside. Right. So Euro USD is creating an internal structure, an internal bullish structure. Right. This is the internal bullish structure. So what we can see here is it broke this structure. It gave us a new structure, right? Now, what you see right now is a simple correction, right? This whole price action that you see here, guys, this whole price action you see here is nothing but a continuation pattern, all right? The momentum has already pushed towards the upside here. So now we are looking for one more push towards the upside, right? So within this internal, after that aggressive push down, within this internal structure, we can see Euro USD giving us one more push towards the upside. Yeah, more especially since it completed this formation, right? Since it completed this formation, right? Obviously, we deal with these formation more in depth in our education classes. So I'm not gonna go deep into what these formations are and how market reacts to these formations. If you want to learn more about what I'm doing here, all of these formations, to know how the market usually reacts from these formations, right? We do have the academy, TD Markets Academy, where we show you guys this formation and how to react from these formations. All right. So here we are seeing a bullish formation here. We are seeing a bullish formation. It went to, this is a godly pattern. This is a harmonic godly pattern, right? If you guys are familiar with harmonic patterns, this is a godly pattern. Anyway, so right here, right? So our direction here, we want to see, according to this pattern, we want to see Euro USD going back to that high, right? 1.147. 1.147. Let me see. Let me just do this. Yeah, so Euro USD is bullish at the moment. There we go. Brilliant stuff. So yeah, so this one for today, at least a bit bullish. We are looking for this to go towards the upside. The pattern is done. This whole pattern is complete. So from here on, we are trading within the C wave, the impulse wave at the moment. So this impulse wave, right? we are looking at something similar to this, right? Just like that. I'm loving the fact that it also went to retest this demand zone here. We had a test of the demand zone right there. So from the demand zone, look at how sharp the test is. If you had your pending orders here, right, you would have been in about 40 pips profits at the moment. So you see right now, guys, the candlestick is aggressively pushing up, right? What we want now is to get a pullback, right? We would want to get a pullback, and we'll see how far the pullback will go, right? So the intraday candlesticks, all right, on the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, right? Let's see if we can get some pullback here before continuation up. Yeah, let's see if we can get a pullback and a continuation towards the upside. The 4 hour candle. Yeah. Okay, so I think we should keep our eyes on Euro USD, right? While we're waiting for gold and them, I think we should keep our eyes on Euro USD for one more push towards the upside. All right. Yeah. All the way to 147. Cool. So keeping an eye here. So if you can get just a retest here, right? Just a pullback, a correction, then that's going to set up for a continuation towards the upside. All right, a continuation towards the upside. All right, yeah. So I'm watching silver. I'm watching Euro USD. I'm watching Euro USD. All right. Let me just have a look at my watch list again. Okay. AUD USD is already gone. Okay, GBP USD, there we go. GBP USD. All right, GBP USD also. GBP USD, you know, comparing this to Euro USD, GBP USD, the opportunity, there's an opportunity, but I don't think the opportunity is better than the Euro USD one, because GBP USD is already trading on these highs. All right, there is a buy that I see on GBP USD, but looking at where it is, it's already on these highs. So comparing the opportunity to Euro USD has a much better opportunity, right? But let me show you guys GBP USD. There is one more push towards that high. We can potentially see, right? One more push towards that high. And what's happening with this one is it is already correcting. You can see that it broke the previous structure, now giving us a correction here. All right. So it has gone back to the 61.8. To the 61.8, right? The bigger structure is bearish though. Right? So this one, I don't think I'm going to focus on this one. I think I'm going to look at Euro USD. So, but GBP USD, we're looking at one more push towards the upside. I'm loving the 1 hour time frame. Because we just created a demand zone. Right here. This is our demand zone right here, right? So any retest, if price was to retest this demand zone, then we are looking for a continuation towards the upside. So if price was to retest this demand zone, we'll be looking for a push towards the upside. All right, so let's see if it's going to give us that possibility. If not, then it is most likely going to break out of this. it will most likely break out of this, right? So for now, we're looking for any retests of this for a continuation up. Yeah, for a continuation up. We'll see. Yeah, but it's still bullish as well, right? One more push. Yeah. Okay, we'll see throughout the day how it's looking, but I favor Euro USD more than GBP USD, right? So Euro USD, keeping a close eye on the 1 hour time frame for some opportunity. So it is going up, right? Just looking for a pullback. If we can get just a pullback, then that's gonna set up for a good opportunity towards the upside. So this one, gold, not gold, but GBP USD, we'll see what's gonna happen there, right? We're not gonna look at a lot of charts, guys, right? We're just gonna look at a few charts, right? And then just follow them so that you guys can see how the opportunity presents itself. If we look at a lot of charts at once, we're gonna miss, opportunities there. We are gonna miss opportunities. Let me see. I'm looking at my watch list here, guys, all right, to see. Okay, we have, Euro JPY is another one. Okay, so how many charts did we look at so far? We looked at 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna add 2 more, which is Euro Pound and Euro Yen. And these are going to be the ones for at least this session and the next session, right? And then let's see how they're going to develop. So we've got Euro Pound. Euro Pound is doing something that if you are part of our educations, if you attend our advanced sessions, you will recognize the pattern I'm going to show you guys on Euro Pound, all right? You will recognize the pattern I'm going to show you guys on Euro Pound, which is a complex pattern. It's one of the advanced patterns, but we will deal with it. We've got Euro Pound and Euro Yen. All right. So let me start with Euro Yen before we go to Euro Pound. So remember, we are keeping an eye on GBP USD, Euro USD. They are still pushing up, guys. If you can find a setup for yourself, right? If you can find a setup for yourself, right, then you can go for it. If you can find a setup for yourself, you can go for it because they are pushing up. For me personally, my setup has not formed as yet. All right. So it's all about setups. My setup has not formed as yet. I'm simply waiting for a retracement before I can find my setup. But if you have different setups that you can go for, you can go for them. All right. So yeah. How do we get into the advanced sessions? You need an account. You need to sign up for an account. Make sure that you've got an account with us, and then send us an email to care@tdmarkets.com, or the link is on the chat. Yeah, there we go. To join the academy, we've got the link on the chat. So click on that link and then just fill in the details. You can also send us an email to care@tdmarkets.com. Right, and then you'll be given instructions there and all of that. All right. So Euro Yen is pretty simple. All right. So Euro Yen, I've been bullish on Euro Yen as well as Pound Yen. Right. I've been bullish on Euro Yen as well as Pound Yen. All right. So Euro Yen has not completed its movement. Right. It still needs to complete this bullish wave. It still needs to complete this bullish wave. So what it's doing right now is this. right? Let me show you. This is what it's doing right now. It's trading within the structure, right? So it needs to complete its bullish wave by going back to this area, to that area right there, right? It might go all the way up, but it needs to complete its current move by going back to that area. So this is another one we can definitely include in our setups. All right. So what are we looking at here? Let's see what we're looking at. So we've got that structure which broke, completed. So the structure is done. So this is where we got the new low, right? And then from there, we broke previous structure, came back for the retest. So we came back for the retest of the structure. We even broke the previous structure, which was here. So the structure has changed bullish. Right? So what I see with Euro Yen, at most, it should take us back to this high first. Right? It should take us back to that high first, which is about, I think it's a decent amount of pips. So where it is right now, it should take us back to that structure first, because where price is coming from, it has changed into a bullish structure. So it's already pushing up. Whoa. Let me just do this. It's already pushing up. All right. Yeah, it's already pushing up. Let me do this. All right, there we go. So with Euro Yen, guys, we are looking bullish on this one. All right. At least 186, that's where we should be going, 186. But this can also go all the way up to 187, right? But 186.3, that's where we should be going, right? So if you can find your setups here, if you can find, at the moment, I don't have a setup at the moment, right? So I first want to wait for a retracement. I don't want to jump in there. What if price retraces after that? So I just want to wait for a retracement, and then in that way I'll be able to see my setups. So at the moment, I don't have a setup, but this looks bullish. All right, looking for price to head to 186.3. 186.3. All right, it seems like we just bullish here. It seems like we just bullish. Euro USD is moving, right? GBP USD is moving. So we were just waiting for gold and silver just to complete their movement. I think the early trading of today, the dollar is a little bit weak in the early trading of today. All right, so yeah. So Euro Yen, we're looking bullish on this one. And then Euro Pound, there's a swing trade on Euro Pound that's coming. A swing trade on Euro Pound, right? This one is a little bit complex. I won't be able to discuss it in a short space we have right now, in short space of time we have right now. But to just make it very simple, just put it very simple. So we've got this zone that is broken. So we're looking for price to go and react from one of the FIP levels, right? Let me see if we've already gone to the FIP. Yeah, exactly. Look at this. So what's happening right now is we have a test on the FIP there, right? Not a perfect test on the FIP, but at least we're looking for price to at least test this FIP before it gives us a retest of that zone. So this would be a swing trade here, right? So we have broken this resistance or support, price fell. So we wanted to test the FIP extension, 161.8, and then give us a push towards the upside. So this is what we'll be looking for, all right? Yeah, the whole formation, I won't be able to discuss the whole formation. But anyway, let's see how the lower time frames are looking here. Let me do this. All right. So I think we even have more confirmations of what I'm talking about, because right now what's happening is there is a reversal structure that's forming here. There's a reversal structure that's forming here, right? So this is just showing us that the bearish momentum is slowing down. Bearish momentum is slowing down. And this is where you are likely going to see your convergence, right? Whether you use the MACD or use the RSI, this is where you're going to see your MACD convergence or your RSI convergence there. So the MACD is pushing up while price was pushing down. So this is what you call convergence, right? It's a sign of a possible reversal that's coming up. There's a possible reversal that's coming up. Obviously, we need to wait for price to confirm. So we are seeing after the market broke aggressively towards the downside, it is now starting to show that the momentum is slowing down. There's profit taking that's happening right now. Profit taking is happening right now. So what we want to do is we want to take advantage of that profit taking, right? So once price shifts momentum towards the upside, we want to take advantage of that move. So I think this is going to be one of the winners for this week as well, right? So we've got MACD convergence to highlight that momentum is dying. So we want price to break out of this pattern, right? If price can break out of this pattern, then we'll be looking for opportunities. So maybe this one for the week ahead. I'm looking for this for the week ahead. And yeah, so for this morning, guys, right? No trades as yet for this morning, but if you guys found setups, you can go for your setups. I mean, Euro USD is going back to that high there, right? GBP USD also, it's moving. I mean, they are moving right now. They are moving right now. And then you've got Euro JPY, which is also moving. And then Euro GBP also moving, right? It hasn't broken out. So Euro USD, GBP USD, yeah. So this is what we're looking at the moment. Euro USD, GBP USD, Euro Pound, Euro JPY. Once these setups complete, then you're going to look at other setups. And then you also looked at gold and silver. All right. So this is about 6 charts we had a look at this morning. All right. So let's see what's going to happen throughout the day, guys. It is still the morning. Don't worry, still the morning. We still have a lot of the whole day, to catch these setups. But as per this analysis, right, Euro USD bullish all the way back to that high. GBP USD also bullish back to that high, all that high. Euro JPY also bullish. And Euro GBP bullish. I'll be keeping a close eye on the 1 hour chart for some pullbacks that I can get into. And then on the next session, we'll come back and see. All right. But yeah, that's all I'm waiting for. A pullback on the 1 hour, then I'm good. I may even look at the 15 minutes time frame, but we'll see. The 15 minutes time frame, but we'll see. All right. So let's see what's going to happen, guys. It's been a good morning so far. No trades, but just an analysis just to prepare ourselves for the day ahead. Keep an eye on these setups, and let's come back at 12. All right. Let's come back at 12 to see how things will be looking. We've got 37 viewers. We've got 19 likes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. If you haven't liked this session, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, right? And then we'll come back again at 12 to see how these setups are looking. Hope you guys learned and enjoyed. So yeah, so let's see what we can catch. Gonna just keep it simple, right? So what I'm gonna do with you guys, we're gonna just like what you guys did last week. You guys focused with Ash, you focused on just a few setups, right? So that's what we're gonna do, right? We don't want to focus on a lot of setups, just a few, and then let's get trades from there. If we focus on a lot of setups at once, we are gonna miss them. All right. So yeah, so I think this is for this morning. Let's see what we can get. All right. There we go. Thank you so much, guys. I will catch you guys at what? At 12, right? At 12. Yeah, at 12. Catch you guys at 12. And then, yeah, let's see what's going to happen. All right. Cool. Enjoy your morning, guys. Have your morning coffee, tea, breakfast. Let's meet at lunchtime. Cheers.